Charlene, Patton, and Katie are here with us from the Home Baking Association. Welcome.
Thank you.
Got a real treat today.
I am excited about this recipe. It's a featured recipe in our Baking with Friends book, which was a Kansas notable book, but it's also won 4 national awards. So it's a great book with activities for families to do together. And on page 64 is pet treats. And Katie has 2 dogs, right? 3 dogs.
You have to tell us their names.
Jelly, Max, and Ewok.
Those are some good pet names. And I have to just toot your horn real quick, Charlene. This is a really, really cute cookbook. It's really good for baking with kids. So tell people real quick where they can get this cookbook.
They should go to homebaking.org and have a shopping cart there. It also has a 60-minute CD with it that's really fun to put in your car as you're traveling that tells about each of the recipes. But the pet treats, oh my gosh, such a fun activity to do with kids of all ages. We have 2.5 cups of whole wheat flour in here, and to that, Katie, I'm going to let you stir this as Amanda adds a 1/2 cup of dry milk, and I have a teaspoon of salt, and then this little dab of brown sugar.
You don't like the way the brown sugar smells? It's so sweet.
Did that kind of probably popped up there, all that flour as we were adding it. What we want to do after we've added the dry ingredients, and you did a great job, is Amanda is going to add our 6 tablespoons of margarine or butter in there. And with that, we're going to switch utensils here, Katie. You could use a fork, but have you ever used a pastry blender?
No.
Let me show you how to use that. If we were doing this at home, I probably would have had that in a little chunks, but see how it just kind of slices it? And this will make it really crumbly. I'll let you try that. If you don't have a pastry blender, yeah, just like that. And just like Amanda's doing, just put it back down in there. Great. If you don't have a pastry blender at home, you could use a fork. That would work. Or you can use 2 knives. A lot of times people like to cut it in like that. This is a technique you would do when you're making biscuits, when you're making pastry crust. You use cut in the fat into the flour. And you want to do it until it's all real crumbly. So we would have done it, you can stop now. We would have done it a little bit more, but you can see, Katie, can you see all those crumbles in there?
Yes.
That's just how we would like to have it. And we would have done it a little bit more, but to save time, we want to go and show everyone how we're going to do this. So now take your spoon again, and I'm going to put this in here. And Katie mixed this up for us. This is a 1/2 cup of cold water and 1 egg. And you mix that with a fork just until it's blended together, and then we're going to stir that together. Uses a little bit of muscles here, but you'll be surprised what a nice dough that makes. And let Katie mix that, but this is what it'll make. A nice dough, and don't even really have to use any extra flour. It's not stiff, and you just have to keep mixing, be a little patient with it, and know that it's going to come together. Great. You can put that to the side.
So
Amanda's going to do that. Yes.
Whoa.
So now what we're going to do, and Katie, you can feel that. This is also a great opportunity to teach kids how to knead, because when we're kneading, we are using another skill that they will use when they're baking other things. I'm taking half of it here, and Katie has rolled half of it out. And we always are talking about how in the kitchen we use math, and certainly this is another great opportunity. If we want to make dog treats that are little cubes and maybe make them 1 inch or 1/2 inch, you can use the ruler. And then Katie has a pizza cutter here, and she's going to just start. Why don't you start? Okay, great.
I don't know where to start.
That's fine. And you know, the great thing, Katie, about this is it doesn't have to be perfect, because we are learning a skill here, and our dogs won't care, will they? And I thought these were really cute. This is a little dog treat, like cookie cutter. And so Katie's going to show us how we can do that. You can push that over there. Another tip, and I didn't say this when I moved this over here, but I want to show this, is that I put a wet cloth under the mat here and lay this down, and that will help it not move around when your kids are working and rolling things out. So now, Katie, I'm going to take this and pull it, can you do that? And we'll put that on our baking sheet. And the one other tip that Katie and I wanted to make sure everyone knew of it, if you're baking these, you'll want to have the same size all on one baking sheet. Because if we make these in our little ones, these would bake much faster than what our big one will.
And they would be burned.
That's right, they'd be overbaked, wouldn't they? So we'll do a full sheet of just of these, and then we do a full sheet of these. And I took this away, but now with these, Katie, we can cut them again like that. And you have your little, I didn't.
Dog treats.
Yeah, a little dog treat. And then we put those on another baking sheet and bake them just like that.
All right.
Yeah. They bake at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. Watch to see the browning. We have the finished ones over here to show. And I've even taken a toothpick, and you can write your pet's name in it. So then your 3 dogs would each know which one is theirs, wouldn't they? But a fun activity for kids, and lots of other ideas on our website at homebaking.org.
Yep, and you can also find this book there, so great. All
Thank
right, thanks,
you.
Charlene. Thanks, Katie.
Bye.
We'll be right back.